Yo, it's your boy Logos. And if you ever needed proof that a society ran by matriarchy is not a guarantee of world peace, progression, and people being all kumbaya, just look at this Caitlyn Clark situation. And it's not because women are inherently evil, vitriolic, or just angry or emotional. It's because they're human just like the rest of us. So a society or any type of thing ran by humans is vulnerable to human emotions, human anger, and just overall belligerence. Even if that person or event that they're angry at is overall trying to better them or their league or organization. Caitlin Clark is playing the same role Tiger Woods played for golf, exposing a sport to a whole new audience. If you consider the amount of basketball fans and the amount of money made by the NBA, and the fact that the WNBA does not make money, they're subsidized by the NBA, they have so much potential for growth, expansion, and revenue. This girl, Caitlin Clark, is so good apparently, because I'm be honest, I haven't seen much of her stuff. But honestly, she is making me think about checking out the WNBA, at least to see her stuff, and to see if other things, other people, other players are worthwhile watching. Especially with no soccer going on, no football going on. It's kind of hard right now to watch some sports. Especially the NBA playoffs going to be over soon in a few weeks. Like, this is a golden opportunity for this league. And this girl is really good from my understanding. But they're beating on her, like on the court, hard fouls, talking trash on her. And of course, you got these crows on The View making dumbass opinions about her. But it's not just these people, it's many others. LeBron James made a comment about it on his podcast. Actually, I thought about doing a reaction to that. And if you want me to, I will. Because it's a really good podcast. Plus, he got a good insight on this stuff. He is in a similar position when he was growing up. Young kid, fresh into the NBA, high expectations, and not a lot of people like him. Caitlin Clark is the reason why more people are watching WNBA. That's the reason why they can finally get charter flights for the first time this season. Come on, let's be honest. Nobody gives a shit about the WNBA. They've been crying for years and years. I just did a video 8 months ago with a coach from the WNBA crying about people not coming to the games. Now you have people come to the games and you're mad about why they're coming to the game. Shut the fuck up, play ball, and be happy you're getting all this new money now. All these new eyes, new attention. This is a golden market for you. There are millions, including myself, of basketball fans all across the globe. It's ridiculous. You can have all these different people watching your content, watching your teams, doing all this stuff that you need, that you've been begging for. Like, my goodness. I've said hundreds, probably millions of people said, lower the rims. You can't jump that high. You can't dunk. When they do a basic one-handed dunk, everybody go crazy. Because that's the only thing they really can do. Lower the rims. They don't want to do that. I don't know if it's ego or pride, but they just didn't want to do it. And if it meant more people watching, no more exciting game. You get a player that doesn't even require you to lower the rim for it to be exciting people to watch, and you want to beat her up and hate on her. What the fuck is going on with you guys? Seriously, I don't understand it. Let's see what these nasty, vitriolic ass crows got to say on The View. I don't know who watches this stuff outside of just to make fun of it. Truly. Let's get into it.
Well, let's talk about Caitlin Clark, because she's the breakout star of the WNBA right now with the highest salary in league history. Yeah. And a $28 million endorsement deal from Nike. And
Not bad at all.
in a new article in the LA Times about her success, sports journalist Jemele
Hill.
Oh
is a
no,
hard
not
one,
Jemele
though.
Hill.
Every time I say her name, it's a hard.
Shit.
My lips just failed. I felt them start and then, It was like really, so let me try it again. Jemele Hill compares Clark to Steph Curry for being relatable to fans, but claims the fact that she's a straight white woman plays a big role in the hype around her. It's not the numbers that she puts on the scoreboard.
Wait, how you gonna compare her to Steph Curry? But Steph Curry isn't a straight black man. I'm sorry, he is a straight black man. He's not a straight white male. But he has many fans of all different colors, ages across the globe. He's the reason why many kids in the past 5 to 10 years, have Warriors gear and jerseys. And it's usually Steph Curry. people from the Philippines, people from China. Like, come on. It's not because she's a straight white woman. It's because she's that damn good. That's why Steph Curry was that good and that global. He took the torch in a way from LeBron these past 5 years in terms of being like the global face of the NBA. Of course, he fell off a little bit because of injuries, but idiotic. This is why she's not at ESPN. Well, ESPN is shit too, but this is why I don't like Jemele Hill. At least her opinions about stuff.
So I want to point something out. She is the NCAA's all-time leading scorer of men and women. In February, she broke the women's record. In March, she broke Pistol Pete Maravich's 3,667-point record. She's had more 30-point games than anyone in the past 25 years.
Yeah.
If you really care about basketball, then this may interest you, but there was actually another college player, a guy in men's basketball, I think within the past year or so, was like really close, I think, to passing or tying Pete Maravich's record too, but he couldn't get it. I think it was like 5 points off or 2 points off, but nobody really talked about it because he didn't do it. Plus, he was from like a smaller college, I think D2 or something, but he almost did it too.
Okay. She holds a single season 3-point record for women. She's the Big Ten's all-time leader in assists. Now, listen, you know, when people say stuff like that, that's like people saying, oh, you only got into this Ivy League college because you're black, or you only got this because of this. This girl earned this. I'm sorry. You know, there are great players, but nobody else has done this. So I'm not mad that they gave her basketball, but I will suggest to Wilson that one of the things they might want to do, Wilson is the people who make the basketball.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure y'all. We could suggest that in, what is the word? To honor the women who play in the WNBA. Maybe they should do a series of balls.
Yeah. I like that.
You know? And please, do not make them pink, okay? They don't need to be pink. Just make them regular basketballs, because there are some extraordinary players, and she is part of the reason that people are now paying attention.
You just enlisted her entire career in college, and everybody's watching right now, but part of the reason. No, she is the reason. Stop it. If LeBron James and anybody with eyeballs, Charles Barkley, he just said it like, I think last night or the day before, like agreeing with the whole Caitlyn Clark thing, like they are treating this girl bad, like blatantly fouling her like it's the 90s in the NBA. Like how Jordan went through against the bad boy Pistons. Like they are beating the shit out of this girl metaphorically on the court. So, and it makes no sense. Why do you hate her? You should be thanking her. Of course your ego and all this other stuff don't want you to do it, but at the end of the day, people are coming to see her, not to see you guys. But once they do come and see her, and they know you guys too, maybe they become fans of you and get your jerseys, and you get some ad revenue or some type of deals. Like, come on, just think what you can gain out of it. You don't have to be Caitlyn Clark to gain from being around Caitlyn Clark. Stupid.
Attention. I'm telling you, I'm having the hardest time today.
You sound like me on a Monday.
Yeah. That people are paying attention to the WNBA. Okay.
Let me take this baton from you.
Please.
I
can't do this anymore.
No, I think what Jemele Hill was saying is important. We need to identify communities that have not gotten the spotlight. Paige Buckers from UConn gave an amazing SB speech about 2 years ago, giving her award essentially to the black women that preceded her, saying although they won 80% of the awards that year, they got less than half of the media coverage. All of those things can be true. I think uniquely with Caitlyn Clark, she cannot be reduced to much beyond her statistics because a number is not biased. It just is what.
I don't get what's so hard to understand. Your media coverage is determined by how many people want to actually, watch it and see it. The media, newspapers, sites, ESPN, they're not going to give you time if people are not going to watch it. And people not watching matters because of ads and sponsors. Like, come on. Businesses are not made Look, listen. Just because the WNBA can be subsidized by the NBA doesn't mean every other company want to do the same thing and take a loss, lose out on good deals for the sake of you. No, you finally got somebody that can naturally bring people to the screens and to the arenas to watch her play. Enjoy that. Build on that. Make the game more fun. Get over your ego and just drop the fucking rim. If you drop the rim, I'll watch it. I promise. If they lower the goal, I'll watch 10 games. Damn, that's a lot of games. Fuck. How many games in the season? I don't even know how many games in a season. But if they drop the rim, okay, I'll watch 10 games. I'll start. I'll do it. They won't do it, but I'll do it.
What it is, but I think that she's also been good about addressing those who came before her. She knows that, like, Maya Moore, her idol, came before her. She's been very reverent in saying it was all these women that opened it up and built the sport, and she's taking it a little further. It also can't be forgotten that she came from Iowa, and I say that not just as a proud Iowan, but Caitlyn Clark could have gone to a much better basketball program. She made a deliberate choice to build a program. A lot of times people talk about a GOAT being only if you have rings. Yeah. Caitlyn knew going into her choice at Iowa that she was going to be building a program under the tutelage of Coach Bluter, and she took pride in staying home for that. Iowa doesn't have professional teams. We don't get to follow much. So although everyone got on the Caitlyn Clark train eventually, Iowa was so thirsty and hungry for a player they could follow and believe in, and you felt like you were a part of it. So that was the beginning of this gusto. LSU, UConn, all these amazing programs. It's like we're back in national, cool. Yeah, we were there last year too. You know, like, so they didn't have quite the same oomph as this Iowa program had, and that's part of the reason Caitlyn Clark has also been such a big deal.
Look, I've been a basketball fan since I can remember. I played basketball with my dad in Harlem when I was 5 years old. So I remember loving the game, and the game not necessarily loving women back. Right?
At all.
At all. And the WNBA started in 1996. First games played in 1997. It's 2024, and we're just really now talking about it. And so if Caitlyn Clark is the vehicle...
Once again, just like Bill Burr, myself, many other people have said, it seems like when it comes to people not watching WNBA, and when it comes to women like her saying this type of stuff, it doesn't seem like taking ownership. Guys love watching the NBA. Why can't y'all have a sisterhood powwow about women watching the WNBA? Like, come on. You can't force people to watch something because you're going to say, oh, you're a bad person, or it's not right, or you're going to hurt their feelings, or you're sexist. I don't give a damn what you say. I have a limited amount of free time outside of work and outside of responsibilities, whether it be family, hobbies, anything else. If I'm watching something, I want to enjoy it. I don't give a fuck about your guilt trips.
That will bring this sport that I have loved so much and so long to little 5-year-old girls playing in Harlem. I say yes, bravo. I have no problem with that. With that being said, I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called
Nobody's watching Caitlyn Clark because she's gorgeous. That's a lie. Oh my gosh. Candace Parker. Even it gonna look bad cause Angel Reese. I about to say it's gonna look bad cause I just forgot her name. But Angel Reese. There's many beautiful looking WNBA players who look much better than Caitlyn Clark. I never gave a shit to watch the game because of them. I want to watch ball. Balls. But you know what I mean. I want to watch basketball. I'm not watching the game trying to get my dick up. Come on. So this whole pretty privilege thing is ridiculous. That's not what it's about. It's about the love of the game. I don't give a shit about WNBA. If Kobe was still around, and if he did what I think we all imagine he would have done, especially with his daughter, coaching, mentoring female basketball players, I can guarantee you that would have gotten a lot of men interested because it's Kobe leading the way. Get mad all you want about it's a man did it. I don't give a fuck. Get your money how you can get it legally. Free marketing. You have a legend of basketball pioneering the WNBA as a coach or a mentor for his daughter who was in the NBA. If if the tragedy didn't happen, that's what the future would have held, most likely. You have a different option now, a sooner option if everything would have played out nicely through Caitlyn Clark. Stop trying to tear it all apart and tear it down.
All privilege, and we have to acknowledge that. And so the part of it is about race, because
No, it's
if
not.
you think about the Brittany Griners of the world,
about Brittany
why
Griner?
did she have to go to play in
Because
Russia?
they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay, not because she was
Oh.
black, but because they didn't believe in the WNBA.
This is part of my point. So
Yeah.
now,
Wow, most times Whoopi Goldberg is talking some nonsense, but she is actually, her and the other lady to her right is, making sense. It's this crazy ass crow right here that's trying to diminish it. Right after Whoopi Goldberg just laid out her accomplishments and accolades and statistics, and the lady to her right, I can't remember her name, but the lady to Whoopi Goldberg's right just said, she built up a program. Listen, I don't follow women's basketball, but I think Caitlyn Clark won the national championship, correct? And I think she played in the game against LSU and Angel Reese. So if that's the case, like, all these different things that she has done. What are you talking about? Race and privilege and all this other stuff is none of those things. Nobody gave a damn about the WNBA until right now because of Caitlyn.
Caitlyn Clark is bringing this money, these sponsorships, we hope, into the league, and other players will
Watch the
benefit
games.
from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white, because she's attractive.
Oh my gosh. This is so, how you say you a lover of basketball and a lover of the game, but you could just throw out your brain when it comes to the NBA and the market and the revenue and the viewership. The NBA is 90% black. 95 probably. I'm probably being generous with 90. Like, come on. Growing up, outside of Dirk and Steve Nash, Jason Williams, I'm really trying to think very hard about. There was some more. Cal Korver. But seriously, he's nobody's favorite player. Like, most people's favorite player is black, white, Spanish, Filipino, Asian, fucking alien are black players. Because those are the best players. They do all the crazy shit, the greatest skilled stuff. Right now, recently, you're having more European players, but they're not even American. They're not American, quote unquote, right? They're European. Their primary language is like Slovakian or fucking some shit in Eastern Europe. Freaking Nikola Jokic, the back-to-back MVP this year and last year, likes being on this fucking horse farm in Eastern Europe more than the NBA. Like, come on. It's only recently you had white players, and there's only really like 2 of them at the top of the NBA. Nobody give a shit about their race. It's about how good they are. But you, as a quote-unquote basketball fan, since age of 5 with your father, can't even conceive of that. Good.
And unfortunately, there still is that stigma of against the LGBTQ plus community. 70% of the WNBA is black. A third of the players are in the LGBTQ plus community. And we have to do something about that stigma in this country. I think that people have a problem with basketball playing women that are lesbians.
Oh my. They are now on the court, mid-court, before tip-off with a double-sided you-know-what, scissoring or whatever. They're playing the game. I don't give a shit about the game they're playing because they're not as good compared to the guys. And compared to watching women's basketball, I could watch anything else and be more entertained. Until possibly right now because of Caitlyn Clark. Give a damn about them. I don't know if they're lesbian. How am I supposed to know if they're lesbian or not while I'm watching your game? I didn't even know percentage of the league is lesbian. to be honest with you, I thought it was more. I thought the majority of them were lesbian. Of course, not really, because lesbians, LGBTQ plus, XYZ is a minority within the population. So of course I'm joking, but still, I thought more of them was LGBTQ. So nobody gives a shit. What do you think people are doing? Pausing the game midway and checking the back of their jerseys and looking up their relationship status and who they're fucking or scissoring? No. No. Nobody gives a damn. These girls over, this is not lingerie football anyway. These girls are wearing sports bras. They're not wearing tight booty shorts. They don't have fat asses. They're athletic. They're in shape. At best, they're like thick in terms of like muscular, but no, they're really not that either because that's not a good size for basketball. Even LeBron James, he is like 6'10", 6'8", 6'9", 260, 250. He's not gigantic. He just, stocky but still tall. Like it's all muscle. It's not just all over the place. Muscle takes away your stamina or energy, which you need going up and down the court. Oh man. How can she be married and just say stupid shit like this and just have to deal with it all day?
Who cares? They are great athletes.
Well, you can't tell a lesbian unless she tells you she's a lesbian.
Well, they're pretty,
Thank
Like
you.
you look over and go, oh, there's one.
Yeah, she a carpet muncher.
You
Yeah, I could tell.
they're pretty open in the league, and I'm happy that
In
they're
the
open in
league,
the league.
yes, but go
I
ahead.
was just say, I also think that there's a
talking.
long history of people who go into sports where maybe they're underrepresented and being phenomenal and it being good for the sport. You think of Tiger Woods going into the PGA,
Yes.
became a
Exactly.
phenomenon, an icon, built up the sport even more than it was Serena Williams in tennis. And then with like Caitlyn Clark, for me, I
Serena
actually am not
Williams
a big
too.
basketball fan, but I love, or I don't know sports. I wish I knew sports. I like to follow what people are talking about. I like knowing what people are, and now I'm
Exactly.
engaged in it. She
Yeah.
drew me in.
Exactly. Look at the whole I hated the whole Taylor Swift thing because people were talking about that more than football within a certain degree. But she brought a whole bunch of fans to Kansas City and the NFL. Can you not see? Can you not learn? This is a layup. No pun intended, but come on, this is such an easy shot, easy points for you guys. It is so dumb. And this happened too within the NBA. Like what she said with Tiger Woods or Venus and Serena Williams, or even Michael Jordan. Charles Barkley, he said it, I don't know if he said it recently or I just saw the clip recently, but he was thanking like, Michael Jordan and other players before him because they built the path. But even more so Michael Jordan because he started having, the shoes and the endorsement deals and more ad revenue because of higher viewership to see him. And everybody benefited. More contracts. And now because of that stuff and good players continuing to build on it, like Shaq, like Kobe, like Tim Duncan, like LeBron, like Steph Curry, like Kevin Durant, and so on, where right now in the Western Conference Finals, you have Anthony Edwards and Luka Doncic, two young guys in NBA about to face off to go to the NBA Finals. So you continuously building on this success, and now Luka Doncic I think he's eligible for like a 7-year, $350 million contract or something like that. The highest contract in NBA history because of what Michael Jordan was able to do with the sport and his notoriety and his skill regardless of race or the fuck he was from or what he looked like because he was that fucking good. And that's how he got the shoe deal. That's what led to everything for the NBA where we are now. Don't forget that. This is your chance. This is your Michael Jordan. In 10 years. About 10 years. You're not even paying to exist as a league. Oh my God. Within 5 years, you guys could be making hundreds of thousands, maybe $1 million a year. Shut up, play, get better, and enjoy it. And for any crows like the one to the left of this lady right here, either watch the game or shut the hell up about it.
had nothing to do with her skin color. It had to do with it's so fun to watch. It's excellent. It's fantastic. And now I'm like a WNBA fan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get like a go sports hat.
I mean, even Dawn Staley, who's a legendary, the GOAT of coaches, says, thank you, Caitlyn Clark. Thank you for bringing
LeBron said it too. Yeah.
We have been, you know this, because we've done this. We've tried to do this together. Hold on a second with this.
Yeah.
She said, get the fuck out of that
Because
music.
we have been trying to bring attention to the WNBA for years.
Yeah, crying
Begging
about it.
people to pay attention.
Nobody gives a
These
fuck.
women are oftentimes equal, if not better sometimes, than the folks you're watching.
No, today was a good day. I'm not going to take the bait. And Whoopi was doing so good until the very end. She should have just let the music cut her off. Because that is just straight up lie. That's a bold face. That's a lie. How dare you say something like that? How dare you? Better or equal to her? How dare you say that? If that was the case, you would need to beg and cry and moan for years and years and years and years about viewership and people watching and giving a damn if it was so damn good and equal. Make me sick.
Sometimes better than the guys.
You know, and so...
Shut up. You've been saying stupid stuff the whole time. Not even shocked by you co-signing that nonsense. Whoopi finally said something just as dumb as she did, and the coach goes, yeah, you right. Fuck out of here.
To have her reduced that way
I would have
bothered
been
me
laughing
a lot
in that studio.
This
I would have been
is her
cackling.
record. Yeah. And unless you can show me who's got a better record than this is why she's getting the attention she's getting. Because she's a damn good player. And it doesn't matter whether she's straight or gay. Ain't nobody crying when she's making those balls.
Alright, nigga.
So let's talk about...
But yeah. How you just go so good and then you just throw it all away? Come on, man. Either way, outside the last 30 seconds or those 10 seconds, I agree with what Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of the three ladies outside that one girl said. Caitlyn Clark is a golden opportunity to grow your league. Viewership, contracts, everything you've been begging for. Shut up, enjoy it, make the best of it. Play good leagues, play good ball. You'll get the benefits. Like nobody else has had this opportunity. And they want to keep crying about sexism and this and the other. Like no league had another league just funded, and they could just not make money for 28 years. Not make money for 27, 28 years and still exist. Come on. And then you can finally start making money. After 28 years. And then you want to mess it up. Come on. Oh man. This could be a slam dunk, even though they don't do that in the WNBA. But this could be a slam dunk for these guys, over these women, these ladies. Because the NBA has connections with, everything when it comes related to basketball and TV entertainment. So when it comes to jerseys or arenas or anything else you guys need, the NBA will help you because it benefits them so they don't have to keep paying for your shit at a loss. Oh man. I thought about just doing a unique video of my own thoughts, just breaking down how this whole situation makes no sense with this uproar and anger against Caitlyn Clark. Because I meant to do a video on it when the draft was going on and people were bitching and complaining about that, but I didn't do it. But I want to make more content. I want to get back in the groove again. And I love basketball. This makes no sense. And I can make a lot of stuff about it. But let me know what you think about this whole topic, this whole situation, and my thoughts in the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. It's your boy Logos, and I'll see you next time. Peace.